Okay, let's keep going. Pretty much decided what I would like to do for the rest of it, which is finish this top cluster, which we've been working on, and then work on this one, and then up in this area, do this one from the front. And then we should have pretty nice little composition here. And we don't have to be, what's that? Piece of lead. All right, so we've got this. Now what I'm not liking, it doesn't matter, you know, because nobody's going to look at this thing and say, oh, there was more of a curve there and you didn't get that or whatever, but we're just trying to observe and learn, and in the process make something that's kind of nice. So we've got this leaf and we'll work on this one next, which is coming down from here, and I've got my curve off because you see I had it going like that, but it actually comes kind of straight out and down, straight out, down a little bit, almost perpendicular, and then it's coming like that. And we're gonna start about here, and we've got, if we divide it in half, this one's torn on the end, so we don't see the whole thing. So half of it is like there's a here's the bottom lobe, and it's tucking back. Like so. And, you know, I am noticing that the very bottom lobes are a little rounder maybe than the top ones, but so that's that. And then this one comes up and it's ripped, comes back down. I think that's, and then we're ripped. Then this one comes up and it's ripped on the end, comes back down. And these lobes are a little bit staggered, so, or interior lobes we'll call them. So this one maybe is about there. And then this other one turns down a little more, and then it's got some damage. And this lobe, this interior lobe is a little staggered from that. So this may look, I don't know, it might look difficult, and it kind of is, but because there's so many things going on, and to get it right, you know, would be very hard. Unless you had a photograph and you use the grid method and all that, but that's not what we're doing. So now I want to pay some attention to where it connects to the branch. There's a teeny little bud in there. And these veins, It's interesting. The vein for this one connects pretty much across from the bottom of that little, I don't know what you call it, intake thing. And these start further down. This one's coming kind of straight out. This one's coming, oh yeah, this one's coming like so. We have one coming out this way for this missing lobe. And then we have this coming out this way for this missing lobe. And it looks like somebody took a nice big chomp, or the wind slashed at this leaf and tattered it. Anyway, so I think that's pretty good. Of course, I'm holding a different angle, so it's all screwed up. But now let's go back. There's actually 4 leaves on this little branchlet, and we've got 3 of them. So the 4th one is tucking in from behind here, and we're not really seeing much of it at all. Okay, so all we're really seeing is this part of the branch, and then I'm not really seeing much at all until I see a lobe here, and then there's one up here coming down and sticking out a little bit like this. And that's all I'm really seeing of it. Okay. So we've got that. I didn't put these in. The lobes on the back, or the veins on the back of a leaf, are really pretty dimensional. All right, so then I'm up here. All right. Oh, and what about this one? Okay, now I wanted to do something with this little cluster here. So this is coming out, this is coming down, there's one coming up, there's a little one here. Okay. I'm thinking what to do. Thinking about whether I want to cut this apart. I guess I will. Oh dear, I got a lot of leaves here to work with, but we'll just do a few. Or we won't do all of them. So this is coming down like this. This one's coming off like so. There's another one that's coming pretty much straight with this first one. And then, what else have we got? We'll just do those 4. And I've got this one curved back over more than I need to. But it's okay. Nice little curve right there by the where it attaches, and then we're coming out. Another one. Now it's getting so confusing that really I think it's okay to just kind of use your imagination and rely on what we've learned so far about things like lobes often being staggered, that sometimes they are, well, the lower lobes are shorter than the upper ones, that sorry, lost my train of thought. And the stuff about the veins. Now let's see. This is going back. I think, we don't need to do more than that, I don't think. And then this one is coming like so. There's an interesting sort of squared interior thing. And then this is, so I guess one thing you can do that's kind of interesting is look for the more unusual features on some of these leaves and capture those, just to remind yourself, if you want to come back later and do a painting from them or a more formal drawing, that you do see these types of variations. Okay, now this lobe is lower. Here's one. This is an interesting one. It's got like a little wannabe lobe there, which didn't really come to anything. And we've got the staggered veins. Let's see if we can figure anything out about that. I was going to say that the veins on, it looks like, I don't think it matters. I was going to say the veins on the lowest lobe is on the right, but I don't know that that's necessarily true, and I also don't think it matters. Maybe there's more variation than I'm giving credit for here. All right, there's a kind of a fork here, and that goes there. This one comes out like this and then goes back, and like so. Okay. And then this one is just like so. So you can kind of see that, I guess, if you were doing a complicated drawing of a bunch of leaves, that it would be good to start with the leaves that you see on top and then work around them to do the leaves that are underneath. And both of these have sort of a squared off notch there, interior notch. Anyway. Okay, where am I? Oh, right here. I don't like that. Getting confused about which leaf I'm working on here. Okay, that's getting pretty complicated. There should be one more there, but where is it? Okay, one. That's the bottom one. I've turned this around so many times, I'm not sure what I'm looking at. But we do have another one, and we'll just suggest it here. I think that's fine. All right. Now later on when I go and refine this, I might decide to do something more. But so far so good. This was the top part. Oh wait, which part is which? Sorry, I think I'm getting off track because really, there, that goes there. Okay, now I guess I could ask myself, what else do I really want to do here? And I think it would be nice, I'm losing leaves here. Let me think a minute. Really want to draw 4 more leaves, but I do want to make a nice composition, and I guess that would do it, but that's 5 leaves. I don't think I want 5. Sorry guys, but this is part of the process of just thinking. I really think I've already found a lot of information, and maybe as much information as I need. But I've drawn a lot of the backs of the leaves, and I think it would be worthwhile doing another few fronts. Ooh, that's good. Look at that. Thick. Ooh, it's an insect thing. Maybe we'll do that. And maybe we'll do okay, I'm going to do this leaf because this really shows a lot of variation. We've got this weird And this was the top leaf over here that it didn't really get to do much with. So let's go ahead and do that one. Maybe there. Okay, so we're going to go from there. I'm just going to cheat. Here's the tops of the lobes. All right. So we have our main stem coming pretty straight. All the way up. To the top. Curving a little bit there. And this is a very dimensional vein, or it's a main vein, so it's wide, but it's not sticking out on the front. And we have our bottom vein. Now this is a side with 5 on it, I believe. So we're going to start coming out at a kind of a gentle angle, then coming out further. And where this one comes in, it's kind of square. And then we're going, this is twisted a little bit towards us. So you can almost see that the tip is like that. Then this line curves down. Come around again. We're on the other side. This one actually comes out a little further, I think. This is bigger. Bigger, bigger, bigger. And it comes way, way down here. This little narrow thing. And this one's more pointed. And then we come to our last one. There. That's a good looking leaf. Good looking leaf. And let's look at the back. These two are coming off almost at the same place, not staggered. And then we start staggering. And this one's coming further down. And if your lobe is twisting like this one is, you can indicate that by the central vein in it. Okay, so this is an interesting leaf because of the variation. So let's go back. Oh, and I wanted to, I don't know what this thing is. Well, I know it's an insect thing of some sort. And it's right in the center there. It's fuzzy. Okay, pretty happy with this. These branches need to be finished a little bit better, or a lot better. Let's see, so I can do this after a while. Anyway, I will finish that later. But what I wanted to say, I think that the really important thing is to just practice drawing the leaves and focus in on the things that you know to be true about the leaves, pretty much any one you look at. So what we know is that they have rounded leaves, rounded lobes, but that the lobes, even though they're rounded, they're pointed, slightly pointed, rounded. They have a central vein and a central vein for each lobe, and where the lobe veins meet the central vein, in general, they're staggered along that vein. The veins towards the top, when the side lobe comes in, side vein comes in, it's more of almost like a branch with the main trunk. But then further down, the main vein is kind of stronger, if you want to say it that way, and doesn't bend and curve around for these side veins where they come out. That all the leaves are pointed. When you turn the branch, there's a front side and a back side, that all the leaves are facing one side of the branch. That you can see the stages of growth by where the leaves cluster along the branch. That the branchlets for the latest growth are thinner and smoother. They're almost ribbed. Where's one? Like these. They're smoother. They're rounder. And then as we go down, they're thicker. And of course, where they meet each other, where the new growth meets the older growth, there's this cluster of ridges and messiness. And we have little buds in I think they call these the axils of the leaves. And I think that's about it. And this will make a good reference for you when you want to, oh, that's two different leaves, sorry. For when you want to draw some oaks. These are interesting to do. I think they can be kind of frustrating if they get too complicated. And if that happens to you, just slow down and maybe simplify what you're wanting to do. So what I am going to do now is off camera, I'm going to finish this drawing. I'm going to add shading, add more detail maybe, and more text. And then I will show it to you again. I'm debating whether I want to redo the text with ink. Since my writing was kind of sloppy. If you're concerned about that, just take a straight edge and make some lines for yourself, so that you can be more confident about where you're writing. But the main thing is to learn. Oh, and we should definitely label this. This is a shag bark oak from North Carolina, USA. Okay, so that's it for now, and I will be back. And if you like drawing, I think you'll really enjoy this. And even if you don't like drawing, it will be very useful to you for practice and also for recording the things that you know, that you learn as you look at your botanical specimens. So I'll see you in a while for the last part. Bye-bye.